All right, everybody. It's good to see you all. I hope everybody is enjoying your weekend. I really do. All right. Um, Now we're going to be listening to Brother L, but I got a little bonus video that I want to show y'all before we get started. So I'm going to give it a few more minutes for people to come in, and I have a video. It's very short. It's only about 44 seconds, but you're going to see something in this similar to the Paula White video, but this one is not so much calling in demons, but it's definitely demonic when you see this. So everybody, to all of you that follow the Gregorian calendar, Shabbat Shalom. Oh, wow. Shalom, family. Mm-mm-mm. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody. Let's see here. I'm going to make sure I can get this set up so you can see it. Let's see, how many people do we have? Okay, that's good. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. Okay. All right. Give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you. All right. Let's see here. This was in a church, y'all. I found this video about a day ago, and it said, weird ritual dance in church. And I'm like, okay, let me look at it. And then when I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness. I'm going to play it again for you. Yes. So I said, okay, these people do a lot of rituals behind the scenes. You know, maybe this attributes to why they stay in power. You know, I'm going to play it one more time. All right. I don't know, but it's a lot of you see a lot of witchcraft and sorcery and yeah, I don't know, like wayward cave dance, witch dance, ritual dance, you know, but that is weird. But yes, that was done inside of a church. And it just go to show you how much we really had no business being in churches in the first place. But yeah, she did look possessed. And so did the woman that was doing all the chanting, the one that was standing up in the purple dress. She looked weird too. They both did. You know, and then you had the three men that were sitting behind her where she was, and they didn't flinch, you know, which tells me they're used to looking at that kind of stuff. They didn't even flinch. So yeah, that was definitely some weird out there kind of stuff right there. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, no, Paula White is showing you they're not even afraid to do the stuff out in the open anymore. You know, it's now the point of desperation. We'll just do this stuff out in the open. We don't care who sees it. We're just going to do this. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to share again, and then we will get to Brother L. All right.
We believe in the truth that is in the Bible. We believe in the resurrection of the dead. You are Lazarus. You are the dry bone. You are the prodigal son. You are the lost sheep. You are the people about whom the Bible is speaking who will stand up in the last day when the trumpet is sounded. We believe we are the people of God's choice. That's what we believe. We believe we're the chosen people. When the Bible mentions Babylon, it means America. When the Bible mentions Sodom and Gomorrah, that's America. When the Bible mentions Egypt, that's America. This is Rome. This is Babylon. This is that wicked kingdom that God is going to come and set flame to in the last day. And you're living in that day right now. And I'm glad. Blessings, family. This is your brother L. We are now on episode number 20 of the Unload and Reload series, where we go through scriptures, chapters, verses, stories, and current events so that we may gain a more motivational mindset in order that we may obtain victory, success, and destiny in this life and in the life to come. The topic of today is bloody, triumphant lion. Bloody, triumphant lion. What is a bloody, triumphant lion? Think of the lions that are in the hunt. Whenever you see the video, or some of you may have seen it live up close, but whenever you see a lion that is in the hunt or that is in a fight and they chase down their prey, or they are in a fight and they defeat another lion or lioness or a pack or pride of lions that is coming at them, you'll notice that that triumphant lion always has blood all over its face. In many cases, it can have scars all over it. It's one of the ugliest, most gruesome images that you could ever look at. A bloody lion that has just defeated its prey, or that has just fought off another lion or a pack of lions or other animals that was trying to kill it. In other words, what I'm saying, a bloody, triumphant lion that has just got a victory. They don't look cute. They don't look all well put together. Whenever you look at them, you know that they just been in a fight. There's blood all over it. It's showing its teeth. It has an angry look on its face. It's not a pleasant thing to look at. It's a gruesome thing to look at. This teaches us a lesson that many times in this walk, in this life, in these battles that every man and woman born on earth must fight, there's some victories that we come out of it looking like a bloody, triumphant lion. Yeah, there's some of those victories where it's a flawless victory, where we come out like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, coming out of the fire, not even smelling like smoke. There's some battles where we look like the children of Israel whenever they fought against the Amalekites that time, and the Father told them, just go to the battlefield and praise and sing, and I will fight against your enemies for you. We came out looking cute. We came out with not a scratch on us, no blood, nothing. Some victories in this life and in this walk are like that, but there's others where we come out as a bloody, triumphant lion, where it's an ugly victory, but it's a victory nonetheless. Imagine a boxer winning a fight, but as their hand is held up in the ring by the referee as the winner, their eye is swole, lip swole, face broken, blood everywhere, their blood and the blood of their opponent. They won, but you know whenever you look at their face that they're going to have to go straight to the hospital to get some surgery after this. You know it's going to have to be some things that get fixed up because they came out as a bloody, triumphant lion. It was an ugly victory. It was a gruesome victory. And in this battle, to endure until the end, we need to understand that we're going to come out as bloody, triumphant lions. So we might as well get ready to have the enemy's blood all over us and our own blood. Because look at the Messiah. He got the greatest victory that there ever was to be had. But did he or did he not come out bloody out of that victory? His victory in being lynched. It was a bloody victory, but a victory nonetheless. It was a gruesome victory. He came out as the bloody, triumphant Lion of Judah with blood all over him. And that same bloody, triumphant lion is going to have blood on him again, except it's not going to be his blood. It's going to be his enemy's blood. And that's how it is in war. We shed blood and the enemy sheds blood. But our goal, our fight, our striving is to always come out as the victorious bloody lion. Let's go here to Jasher chapter 38, verse 35 through 49. Let's let the scripture speak so you can see more what I mean about this. So as you are enduring on this walk, when you're facing those battles where you coming out of them things bloody, you coming out of them things with trauma sometimes, you coming out of them things with pain sometimes, but you coming out victorious though. Don't always expect a cute victory. Some victories are gruesome. Listen to this. Joshua 38. And the sons of Jacob went up the road of the roof of that tower, and they saw, and behold, there was another strong and high tower at a distance in the city, and the top of it reached to heaven. And the sons of Jacob hastened and descended and went with all their men to that tower and found it filled with about 300 men, women, and little ones. This is when the sons of Jacob was fighting against the kings of Shechem. Because of the rape of their sister Dinah, Simeon and Levi killed a whole entire city of Shechemites, and this made all the rest of the kings of Shechem unite to fight against the sons of Jacob. And this is an episode and a scene from the midst of one of those battles where they are slaughtering their enemies. But there's important lessons to take from this as it pertains to being bloody, triumphant lions and coming out with gruesome victories that you really had to endure. You really had to scrap and keep scrapping in order to win in that situation. It'll give us a faith boost, and it'll give us motivation on the mindset we need to have in these battles we face. So the sons of Jacob is fighting against this city with this tower. Verse 36. And the sons of Jacob smote a great smiting amongst those men in the tower, and they ran away and fled from them. And Simeon and Levi pursued them when 12 mighty and valiant men came out to them from the place where they had concealed themselves. So up until this point, the sons of Jacob, they was basically getting easy victories. They was running through all their opponents. Everybody that was standing in front of them before this, it was light work. They got them out of there quick. It was some quick kills. It was a quick slaughter. They really hadn't faced no real challenge yet on the battlefield. But in this particular city, they about to face some challenges. That's how it can be with some of us. Sometimes we conquer some things so easily. I talked to a brother recently that is a businessman, and he let me know that he experienced so much success early on in business and in entrepreneurship that at one point he thought he was untouchable. He deemed himself so wise, so cunning, so brilliant. And it took him coming up against a challenge where he took some losses, and it wasn't as easy to get the victory in that situation as it was others. And he went on to tell me that that humbled him down. And no longer does he underestimate any business situation because he finally met a challenge. I think about the brother, the boxer that I got in the car wreck last year. The brother's name is Errol Spence, a high-performing athlete, undefeated. He got into a car accident where his Ferrari flipped. All praise to the Most High, the brother came out good, but he was bloody in that accident. But he went on to say that before that accident, he thought he was invincible because he was running through all his competition. He was knocking dudes out left and right. And he said it took him getting in that accident and almost coming to the verge of losing his career, losing his ability. He came out of that situation a bloody, triumphant lion, more hungry but more humble, knowing that any challenge could take him up out of here at any time. And it gave him even more determination and motivation to get back in that ring to dominate, because now he understands the gifts and abilities that he once took for granted because it almost got took from him. But he had to face that challenge first. That's what I'm talking about. Bloody, triumphant lions. Us facing situations where we come out with gruesome victories. We come out with ugly victories, but it's still a victory though. And it teaches us a lesson how to grind it out. Now let's keep reading here. Verse 37, the sons of Jacob is about to meet some powerful opponents. It says, and those 12 men maintained a strong battle against Simeon and Levi, and Simeon and Levi could not prevail over them. And those valiant men broke the shields of Simeon and Levi. And one of them struck at Levi's head with his sword, when Levi hastily placed his hand to his head, for he was afraid of the sword. And the sword struck Levi's hand, and it wanted but little to the hand of Levi being cut off. So this is the same Simeon and Levi that killed a whole city of 30,000 men easily.
light work, easy money. But now, these same brothers that killed 30,000 people like it was nothing, they having trouble defeating these 12 men. That's how mighty these 12 men were. So Simeon and Levi is shocked that they have finally met opponents that can give them that much work. So it was an eye-opener for them. So it was then they realized, okay, this is going to have to be a bloody victory. This ain't going to be easy money like the other battles was. We're going to have to grind this one out. Listen to what it says here. So Levi almost got his hand cut off. That had never happened to him in battle before. Verse 39, and Levi seized the sword of the valiant man in his head and took it forcibly from the man, and with it he struck at the head of the powerful man, and he severed his head. And 11 men approached to fight with Levi, for they saw that one of them was killed. And the sons of Jacob fought, but the sons of Jacob could not prevail over them, for these men were very powerful. And the sons of Jacob, seeing that they could not prevail over them, Simeon gave a loud and tremendous shriek, and the 11 powerful men were stunned at the voice of Simeon shrieking. Now, this is a lesson to us, family, that we can never underestimate no opponent. Like I said, Simeon and Levi had never had no challenge of no opponent like this before. And they was having a hard time defeating these dudes, these 11 mighty men. Now, they had to call for help in this situation, as we're about to find out that there are sometimes situations where we need the help of others. I hear so many brothers and sisters all the time, they boast about our might and our strength as the children of Israel. Family, we are indeed a mighty people, but only because of the Most High and the Messiah and the power of the Holy Spirit. That is the only thing that gives us our might. So never get caught up in a spirit where you boasting in the flesh, because we do have formidable opponents. Hasatan is a formidable opponent. He's not no lightweight. The powers and principalities are formidable opponents. They are like these 11 mighty men that Simeon and Levi was fighting against. We indeed have enemies and adversaries that are mighty. They're not mightier than us or mightier than our Elohim, but there are enemies, whether it's humans or whether it's unclean spirits, that we fight and battle against, where we got to grind it out and it ends up being a bloody victory. It's not an easy fight. It's not easy money. So Simeon and Levi called for help, and you and I also need help in some situations, whether it's help from other brothers or sisters, whether it's help from angels. We always need help from the Most High. So never feel like you too cute or too powerful to ask for help, to ask for counsel. Some brothers and sisters need financial help. Some need help with advice. Some need help with prayer. Some need help with being taught. Never feel low about yourself for calling for help, because as mighty as Simeon and Levi were to slaughter a city of 30,000 people, here in this situation, they needed help against 11 opponents. So never be too proud to ask for help when you need it. Now, so they called for Judah. And let's see what happens here in verse 42. And Judah at a distance knew the voice of Simeon shouting, and Naphtali and Judah ran with their shields to Simeon and Levi, and found them fighting with those powerful men, unable to prevail over them as their shields were broken. And Naphtali saw that the shields of Simeon and Levi were broken, and he took 2 shields from his servants and brought them to Simeon and Levi. And Simeon, Levi, and Judah on that day fought all 3 against the 11 mighty men until the time of sunset, but they cannot prevail over them. So family, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, the mightiest of the sons of Jacob, they were fighting against these 11 men. It was 3 versus 11, and they fought for hours and hours. This lets us know another principle, family, that there's times where we will need to pray for hours. Some situations, a 5-10 minute prayer won't do it. Sometimes we will have to pray all night, like the Messiah would often do on the mountain. Sometimes we'll have to fast for 3 days, 7 days, 10 days. A 1-day fast might not do it. There are some battles where it takes more in order to overcome. Those are those bloody victories. Those are those ugly victories. Those are those gruesome victories where we become bloody, triumphant lions. So these 11 men had to be very powerful because they was giving Simeon, Levi, and Judah problems on the battlefield. And nobody else had been able to do that before. And still, even after fighting them all until sunset, they still was not able to overcome them. Family, this is akin and this is similar to some of the battles we fight against strongholds, whether it's addictions, habits, generational curses. It feels like we've been fighting these things for years, decades. That's the same way Simeon, Levi, and Judah felt. It was a long, hard battle. So family, just because you feel like you have long, hard battles, understand you are a bloody, triumphant lion. You're going to come out of this with a victory, even if it's a gruesome victory. Verse 45, it says, Simeon, Levi, and Judah could not prevail over them. And this was told unto Jacob, and he was sorely grieved. And he prayed unto the Most High, and he and Naphtali his son went against these mighty men. And Jacob approached and drew his bow, and came nigh unto the mighty men, and slew 3 of their men with the bow. And the remaining 8 turned back, and behold, the war waged against them in the front and rear. And they were greatly afraid of their lives, and could not stand before the sons of Jacob, and they fled from before them. See how powerful that is. Jacob, their father, Jacob, the father of Simeon, Levi, and Judah, he came to fight for his sons. That shows us another principle of the importance of fatherhood. Natural fatherhood and spiritual fatherhood. It teaches us an important lesson of brotherhood as well, that these brothers fought for each other. Whenever one group called for help, the other brothers came with reinforcements. How do we do that today? It could be a physical fight. If a brother or a sister needs us to have their back in a situation, whether it's some heathens or some wicked Negroes or whatever that's trying to do them physical harm, where they know they got brothers and sisters that will show up armed to back down those enemies and do whatever needs to be done so that the saints are not harmed or hurt in any way. Or it could be spiritually, where a brother or sister may really be battling something and they need intercessors. We need brothers and sisters with the gifts of prophecy, gifts of healing, gifts of discernment to be dispatched to other brothers and sisters and intercede for them. That's another form of helping our brothers and sisters in these battles. So Jacob came to fight for his sons. Hallelujah. It says, and in their flight, they met Dan and Asher coming toward them, and they suddenly fell upon them and fought with them and slew 2 of them. And Judah and his brothers pursued them and smote the remainder of them and slew them. And all the sons of Jacob returned and walked about the city, searching if they could find any men. And they found about 20 young men in a cave in the city. And Gad and Asher smote them all. And Dan and Naphtali lighted upon the rest of the men who had fled and escaped from the second tower, and they smote them all. So family, take a look at that change of momentum. It started out with Simeon and Levi getting jumped by 12 men. And Simeon and Levi, they could not prevail, but they kept fighting. And as they kept fighting, Simeon and Levi could not prevail, but they kept fighting. And as they kept fighting, Judah came in. Then it was Simeon, Levi, and Judah verses 11. Then Simeon, Levi, and Judah was not able to win. Then Jacob and Asher showed up. Jacob killed 3 of the men, and 8 of them started running. And as they was running away, then Dan and Asher showed up. So you see how little by little the momentum started to shift in the direction of the sons of Jacob. And that's what happens with us, family. As long as we stay in the war, as long as we continue to engage with the adversary and don't faint in the day of adversity, or don't faint when before it's time to reap, then guess what? The momentum will slowly shift. The momentum will shift in our direction, where we will have reinforcements of strength, reinforcements of power, reinforcements of energy, so that we can finish out this fight. Even if we need help and others to come to our assistance, we will be able to, in the end, slaughter all the enemies that was against us, that was giving us such a hard time. Them same addictions and habits that was giving you a hard time all them years, you'll slaughter them all. Them same enemies, them same oppressors that was giving you and your people a hard time, you will slaughter them all. You will stand at the end as a bloody, triumphant lion, just like the Messiah. Revelation 19:11-13. And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of the Most High Elohim. That same bloody triumphant lion that will be covered in the blood of his enemies. He was once covered in his own blood, being lynched from a tree, being spat on, being hit. That same bloody triumphant lion that once was covered in his own blood, now he will be covered in his enemy's blood. Revelation 19:21, and the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. How much blood is the Messiah going to be covered in? Revelation chapter 14:20, and the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horses' bridles by the space of 1,600 furlongs. The Messiah is going to be chest deep in his enemy's blood for as far as 1,200 miles. That's how much blood he's going to shed. A bloody triumphant lion. And just as he is a bloody triumphant lion, we are bloody triumphant lions. The same Lion of Judah, that blood came out as sweat as he was praying in the Garden of Gethsemane before the police came to arrest him. Luke 22:44, and being in agony, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was as it were great drops of blood falling to the ground. So at one point in time, the pressure, the stress of having to carry all that weight of the sins of his people on his shoulders, he was sweating blood. But in the end, he will be a bloody triumphant lion covered in the blood of his enemies. Just as well, you and I. The scripture says that the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. We shall wash our feet in the blood of the wicked who have been against us. The blood of the European, the blood of the Ishmaelite, the blood of the fake Jew, the blood of the Amalekite, the blood of all of these, the blood of the children of Chittim, the blood of all these people who have been against us. We shall wash our feet in their blood, family, because our blood has been shed. And it will be their turn for their blood to be shed. But in the meantime, in these battles of life, we must emerge as bloody, triumphant lions. As it says in Hebrews chapter 12:2-4, looking unto the Messiah, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the lynching, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds. Ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin. The scripture here in Hebrews chapter 12 is telling us we need to resist sin. We need to resist the enemy so hard that it's almost as if we resist all the way to blood, that you want something so bad, like your fist is clenched so hard that your nails draw blood inside your palm. That type of determination, that type of hunger to resist unto blood, to where you stand and say, I'm not moving, I'm not turning back, I'm not going to take no losses, I'm going to resist unto blood. Even if I have to be a martyr and it's my own blood that is shed, all I know is that somebody's blood going to be shed here. It's either going to be my blood as a martyr or y'all blood, because I'm running through everything. Everything moving that is against the Father is about to get slaughtered. That's the motivational mindset we need to have to emerge as bloody, triumphant lions. This has been episode number 20 of the Unload and Reload series, where we go through scriptures, chapters, verses, stories, and current events in order that we may gain a more motivational mindset so that we may obtain victory, success, and destiny in this life and in the life to come. Shalom.
We believe in the truth that is in the Bible. We believe in the resurrection of the dead. You are Lazarus. You are the dry bone. You are the prodigal son. You are the lost sheep. You are the people about whom the Bible is speaking, who will stand up in the last day when the trumpet is sounded. We believe we are the people of God's choice. That's what we believe. We believe we're the chosen people. When the Bible mentions Babylon, it means America. When the Bible mentions Sodom and
everybody. That was good. Well, I tell you what, this is going to be a very, very interesting month. And believe it or not, I think December is going to be even more bigger than November. I just have that feeling. But y'all, thank you so much for coming. We'll definitely do this again next week. And wherever you are, may the Most High keep his hedge of protection around you permanently through all of these trying days that are ahead. Shalom, family.